What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. I'm trying this with a new camera because I've tried my laptop, too grainy. I've tried my digital camera. You guys can't seem to hear me, so I am borrowing my parents' video camera, and we're gonna see if the microphone is any better. Plus, I usually do this at like 10:30 at night and post it up for the weekend, but I was at a concert last night and thought maybe a little change of scenery coming to you from my backyard might be a little better, a little different light, I don't know, something. So, like I said, I was at the Luke Bryan concert last night at Red Rock Amphitheater. It was amazing, and I could spend my whole blog talking about it, but instead I'll post that on my personal, my other page, and you guys can look at the clips. The lighting was horrible, so I didn't get any pictures, but I got some good video. So I'll post that over there, and you guys can take a look at all that fun stuff from last night. But I have to say I was excited because the opener for Luke Bryan was a guy named Brian McComas, and if you've been my friend for any number of years, you know that I absolutely love that guy. Something about his music just is awesome. I saw him first when I was 17 or 16, I think, when he opened for Rascal Flatts, and I've just been addicted to his work ever since. So, in fact, a couple years ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago, he was with a new record company called Catapult Records, and he had a new song coming out, and I was so excited because he'd been off the scene for so long that I got a little obsessed, that I made like a fan club website for him and started sending, promoting his new single, and he had the record company that nobody'd ever heard of, and I was just ecstatic to see him making music again. And the Catapult Record Company actually contacted me and said, we see your website is really cool. We want you to continue to do what you're doing. In fact, we'll help you. We'll send you stuff to send out to people, and we'll give you, first glimpses of new singles, and you can run the fan club. And I was like, oh my God, so excited, because ever since I can remember, I've wanted to be on the road with a band, managing their fan club, or managing like fan relations, I guess. I thought it would be a really cool way to meet people. Plus, I could hang out with artists that I really respect and go on tour and see the country. And I don't know, everybody has their dream job, and that's my dream job. If I could go out in the world with and Country Star or whatever, and run their website and their fan club stuff, oh, that would just be amazing. So, if any of you guys are out there touring around the country and need a fan club manager, totally hire me. I'll do it for like room and board. I don't even need a paycheck. So anyways, the concert was awesome. Go check it out. I'll post more about that on the other link. As for me this week, not much going on. Haven't had any doctor's appointments. I was supposed to have my Lupron injection, and that didn't work out this week. I didn't get notification that it was approved until Wednesday, and she's been playing phone tag with me, and apparently there's only one nurse in the whole place that can deal with my account, and she's not returning my phone calls. So I'm gonna have to go get it like Monday, Tuesday, because pretty soon it's gonna be at the point where it's time for another oncology appointment, and I'm not gonna have my Lupron. So I'm frustrated, but hopefully it will be earlier next week, and I'll post and let you guys know how it went. So other than that, I'm supposed to have an appointment on Monday with Dr. Lee, my spine doctor, but his nurse called and decided to reschedule. So I'll be meeting with him maybe later that week, or probably the week after. I'm assuming he's in surgery or something and has to reschedule my appointment. So it's just been bad luck with appointments this week. But I'm feeling good. Nothing normal. I kind of took a hiatus from running because my Iridia that 1 week caused me to have some like bone pain, especially in my hip. and then I got out of the routine. And when you get out of a routine, it's hard to get back into it. But I need to get back on the treadmill, because not only because I'm training for that marathon, but because I've noticed that the tamoxifen allows me to gain weight really easy. So, I mean, I could gain weight really easy before I got cancer, but it's making it more apparent this time. I've noticed that I can just go off eating healthy for a couple of days and gain like a couple pounds. So we need to watch that, because apparently stomach weight especially can promote estrogen, and we don't want that. So I gotta get back on the treadmill. Last week I mentioned that I'm walking, speaking of exercise, walking in the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer fundraiser on October 6th at the JW Marriott in Summerlin. I'm super excited about this. I'm just happy I'm healthy enough and out of a brace to walk and support other people who have breast cancer, and raise money for that organization through the American Cancer Society. So I would really appreciate your donations. If you guys even have a penny, like $1, 50 cents, anything to donate, that would be great. I'll post a link where you can do that on my blog. And it's the 7th year that ARC Restaurants, my employer, has participated, and I'm really appreciative that they do that. I mean, they've had other people in their office that have been affected by breast cancer, so it's a big thing for them too. So if we can raise a lot of money, it could be your dollar that saves the lives of millions of other people. So that would be awesome. And I've been tossing around the idea of doing a book. So my mom, the librarian, brought me several books about this big that have survivor stories in them for me to read and get inspiration. And kind of what it did was more show me that there are a lot of books out there by survivors, which is great. I mean, everybody needs the support, but it makes me doubtful that I need to write a book, like my story needs to be heard. There are so many other stories out there already. I'm not really sure how, I don't know, if a book is the right medium. I mean, I'd love to have something when I go that people could read my whole story for. I mean, everybody wants to leave something behind when they leave this planet, but I'm not sure a book is my medium. But I haven't closed the door on it yet. I'm just kind of thinking maybe there are just so many other stories out there. Maybe the book thing might be a lot of work for not a lot of exposure. I don't know. I'm thinking. Just thinking. So, also last week I mentioned that my Aunt Valerie was going through the same thing I am. We both have breast cancer, and she had tumor markers that were over 1,000. I think they started like in the 2000s, but she written an email today or a couple of days ago that said that her breast cancer had tumor markers that dropped down to 530 something. So from the 900 they were a couple of weeks before, that's like incredible news. So I'm super excited for that, and that means that she can get her surgery, I think. So she's going to go to UC Davis and finally get her shoulder worked on, and kind of relieve some of that pain, because I can't imagine going through all the treatment and having to deal with bone pain at the same time. So I'm excited for that. Thank you for all your prayers and wishes. It definitely helped. So I didn't get too many comments or suggestions in this, or emails in this blog this time around, and I think it's because there's something going on with Blogger. I don't get nearly as many hits as I normally get on my videos, and so I'm wondering if it didn't upload right. So I gotta check that out and see. But if you have a comment or suggestion or a blog idea or a question, I'd love to hear from you. So please send me your stuff to my email address, or leave a comment on the blog. I changed it to where you don't need to log in. You can just leave an anonymous comment. Just choose anonymous in the drop down list, and leave your comment without having to sign in, because I know it's a pain in the ass. So I did get an email and asking me about what a port was, that I had been talking about a port. And I think in an earlier blog I had spent a whole time on getting a port installed, but I'm going to attempt to show you guys. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I have this thing, like right here, like a little circle. I'm going to press on it. It's called the power port. At least mine's called the power port, and it's like a little plastic thing with a catheter that goes up my arm and into my heart. And it's not uncomfortable. It's just sits underneath the skin. Apparently, it's a great ways off from what they used to have, which were these tubes that just kind of hung out in your chest, and you couldn't shower easily, and you couldn't go swimming, and you couldn't do things because you had these tubes just constantly hanging out of your chest. And this is a lot better. It basically, I'll post a picture of what the needle looks like, but the needle goes into the circle, and it's like an instant access to a vein. They don't have to find a vein, they don't have to poke you for other things. It's just like an immediate thing, and it goes into the major artery in your heart, because if you keep giving chemotherapy and different drugs through your veins, it can collapse them really easily, especially with this really poisonous drug like chemo. So before, they used to poke you every time, and every time you had a blood test you got poked, and they couldn't find veins because they'd collapse, and this makes it a lot easier. So I still have to get poked from Quest every time I go get a blood test every 3 weeks, because they don't use ports. Apparently the nurses aren't trained in ports, so yeah, that sucks. But the doctors in my office can get blood and put stuff into my port, so that makes life easier, I guess. And they say, you really are considered cancer-free when they take the port out, because then your doctor really doesn't think you're going to need treatment anymore. So it kind of marks a milestone when you get it in, and a better milestone when you get it taken out. So it's not uncomfortable. I barely notice it. Once in a while I'll hit it, like when I'm like resting my arm on something. But for the most part, it's in a place that nobody really notices, and yeah, it's just like having a socket plugged in for medicine. So let's see my handy dandy list, because I forget what I want to talk about. So I'm going to go with 2 more things, and they're on the opposite sides of the spectrum, but hold on, I'm losing my voice from the concert last night. I met my first cancer conspiratist. Met a guy who, both of his parents died from cancer, so I think that plays a significant role in his attitude about it, but he believes that the government has medical scientists that work for them that set the standard for the medical community on how to diagnose diseases and such. And every doctor we have in the medical field is just following protocol. You get a test that says this must mean this, so therefore you treat it with this. And it's all a big giant conspiracy, that cancer is really only something that we get to keep us fueling the economy and making our doctors' paychecks bigger, and that who in their right mind would think that injecting yourself with such a dangerous, toxic thing like chemo would cure a disease, or going under radiation, something that people go out of their way to stay away from, would cure something. And doesn't it make a lot more sense that they're actually trying to kill you and keep you sick so that you keep spending money on pharmaceutical drugs and co-pays and making your doctor very happy so he can afford his speedboat every year? And I get that. I see a little bit of that there are doctors out there that remove things or require surgeries or maybe prescribe drugs that they don't need to because they get a payoff of it. And I'd like to think that my doctors aren't those doctors, especially because I have a very awesome doctor who waived all of my medical bills for my spine surgery. It's like $30,000 and up spinal surgery, he waived. And so I'd like to think I have doctors that take a personal interest in my case and really do want to help me. But I know that there are some bad doctors out there that just do it for the paycheck. But his point was that people who believe in oncology are brainwashed, and that chemotherapy and all these over-the-counter medicines and things are really just there to not quite kill you, but keep you sick enough that you need to keep going and seeing all these specialists, and that there's actually natural cures for cancer, and the government's not going to tell you that because they want to keep you sick. And I love that conspiracy theory stuff. I mean, I believe in aliens. I love listening to people who have views that seem totally off the wall. And so I did a little research, and he's, got millions of other people who believe the same thing that he believes. And I see parts of it. I see that there's probably natural cures for it. There might be something out there that nobody's saying that cures it, because I don't think there'll ever be a cure for cancer. I think that there'll be a pill that you'll take that'll keep it under control, because if you cure cancer, you do lose all that money and that stuff that goes into the medical field. So anyways, being with that, I've been researching different things. The reason I bring it up is because every week I try to tell you about a non-conventional treatment that I've come across that I'm going to try, because I am willing to try anything. I don't plan on dying from this disease anytime soon, and if I can combine conventional treatment with herbal or holistic treatment, then great. So he said that the natural cure for cancer was called turmeric, and it's a spice that people in India use with their curries and their different dishes, and taken in large doses it kills and reverses cancer. And that nobody knows about this in the mainstream, and you have to be a holistic doctor to hear about it. And so I'm looking for turmeric in a supplement. I'm going to try to take it, see what happens. I don't think it could hurt anything, and we'll try it. But when I find out where to get them, or if you know where to get them, or if you've tried turmeric and you've had success with it and it does, keep your tumor markers down or whatever, let me know. And otherwise, I'll order it and I'll try it, and I'll let you guys know if it has any effect on my blood at all. Which he says don't count on the blood, because the blood comes from the lab, that comes from the military doctors, and everybody's going to lie to you and tell you that you're sick when you're not. But anyways, turmeric is this week's holistic treatment. And if you Google turmeric and breast cancer, you come up with a bunch of studies that show the effects of turmeric. So we'll see how that goes. And then on the opposite scale, on a guy, from the one guy who's crazy to a guy who's actually going out of his way to help cancer patients, I met another guy. His name is Steve. If you're in the Las Vegas area and you are dealing with this disease like I am, he probably could help you out. I have not met him personally yet. I've talked to him a couple times on this website, and he seems pretty cool and pretty interested in what he's doing. He has a new certification as a cancer exercise specialist, which I might have said that wrong, but it comes off to me as basically like a physical therapist or a personal trainer specifically for cancer patients that understand the fatigue and the side effects of the drugs that they're on, and different exercises that they can do to help relieve some of their fatigue. And you probably shouldn't be running 4 miles a day on the treadmill right after chemo, right? So there are, like, he knows what to do. He can consult you on how to help you with your disease and still maintain some sort of an exercise routine to help battle that disease. And in my case, I'm interested because, of course, I want to train for that half marathon in December. And I went through chemo and I went through radiation, and I've got like Terminator hardware in my neck. And so there are certain exercises that Hey guys, what's up? It is October 1st. I haven't posted a video blog in a couple of weeks because I was so frustrated with the last time I did my blog. I had to film it 3 different times, and well, you're probably seeing continuation of it because the video stopped and I meant to go back outside and re-record it and never did, and then it got dark, and anyways. So I'm going to finish what I was saying about that one. What I was talking about was I came in contact with a guy who does cancer therapy, for cancer exercise therapy for people who are just getting out of chemo or maybe going through chemo. Exercise and that kind of thing can help with fatigue and some of the side effects that chemo brings. And his name is Steve, and he works at 2 local gyms here in town. And if you contact me, I'll be more than happy to give you his contact information because he does some really good work with some patients around the valley, and they're looking to expand. And I think it's like a personal trainer for people who have cancer. So he understands the chemicals that you're taking and the fatigue your body goes through and all that kind of stuff. So contact me and I'll give you his contact information. So, come on. So now that, alright, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Say hello. Say hello. Hello. Okay, jump down. Jump down. Okay, sorry. So this will be kind of short and sweet because I don't have a huge amount to talk about this week, especially because you're kind of getting 2 vlogs in one. But this Saturday, October 6th in Summerlin at the JW Marriott is the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk for Las Vegas, and it should be a giant event. Let's just say they let groups of walkers go in groups of 500, so it should be a good time, good opportunity to meet other people. I'll be bringing my video camera along with me, so hopefully I'll have some good shots and pictures from the event that I'll share with all of you guys. But if you would like to donate, which I would love for you to do, please see the link on my blog, and you can 50 cents, $1, anything would help. And for those of you wanting to write checks, just contact me by email. I finally have the form that needs to be sent with the check that you can print out on your computer and fill out. So I didn't have that until yesterday. So if you wanted to write a check and I didn't get back to you, that's why. So, but since October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I'm going to do another walk. My sister Jessica is doing a walk in my honor in where she lives, which is close to Salt Lake City. So, of course, this weekend I've got the Las Vegas walk. Next weekend, I'll be in Salt Lake City for the Salt Lake City Making Strides Against Breast Cancer walk. And I'll be bringing my camera and all that next weekend too. And in fact, she's actually in, well, we're all in need of donations, but she's doing a team just by herself without anybody else's help, so she would appreciate donations very much as well. So I'll post both of those links on the blog. And if you are in Salt Lake City or you're in Las Vegas and you'd like to walk with us, just give me a call or send me an email and I'll let you know where to go and what to do. They are fairly early. They're Saturdays. Registration is at 7 a.m. The walk is at 8. The event ends at noon. But it's worth a good cause and shows support. And my mom had these buttons made up with my face on them that has like different sayings. One says, walking for the bravest person I know, I think, and the other one just has breast cancer awareness on it, so we can go out there and show support. So that'll be fun. I haven't been to one. I'm looking forward to it. So let's see. Mom, Dad, pass me my shirt. I meant to bring it. Sorry, I'm a little unorganized today. I had like one hell of a Monday, so I'm like, you don't want to be on camera? Okay, so I got a new shirt, speaking of walks, that I'm going to walk with, and I got it off of Zazzle. If you guys haven't used Zazzle, Z-A-Z-Z-L-E, or cafepress.com, you should go on it, because not only can you buy stuff that other people design, but you can buy stuff that you design. So this is my shirt for my walking for both of my events. So I wore it out on Sunday and really enjoyed the looks I got from the different people. So no, I waited for somebody to say something, but nobody said anything, so I just smirked. Anyways, so this is my shirt for my walks. Super excited about that. And speaking of clothing, I don't know if you guys have watched the NFL Monday Night Football tonight. I am pissed off at the Cowboys, but I could go on for half an hour about Romo and Bryant, so that's for another time. But if you noticed, both teams were wearing pink. The referees were wearing pink. Everybody was wearing pink for breast cancer awareness, and that should happen for the rest of the month of October. So it is a great time to show your support of your favorite football team and breast cancer awareness, because in the NFL shops on their websites, every team has a line of breast cancer awareness hats, shirts, pajamas, underwear, cups, keychains, everything with your team's favorite logo in pink. So hit two birds with one stone, head over to NFL shop and get your preferably Dallas Cowboys breast cancer stuff. Okay, so other than that, for me, I had an eventful Friday night. Well, let's backtrack to Wednesday. Wednesday I woke up with some slight shoulder pain. Kind of felt like I slept on my arm all night, maybe. Maybe I slept wrong, or I'm still trying to find comfortable ways to sleep with this. I have one of those pillows with the bumps in it, and I'm a stomach sleeper, and I'm thinking about getting a mattress pad and a new pillow. But anyways, besides that, I woke up with shoulder pain. And I thought, it's no big deal. Well, then Thursday, the pain was a little worse. So I kind of took a couple Advil and ended up taking like 3 doses of Advil, which I have a really high pain tolerance, so that's a lot of Advil for me. And wasn't getting any better. So then Friday started off okay. About lunchtime, I started getting these shooting pains in my shoulder. And then I was having trouble around like 3 or 4 o'clock. I noticed that like the motion to like sign my name on a piece of paper and like adjusting my elbow across the paper would just send like horribly shooting pains at my arm. So I realized, okay, there's probably something wrong. This is how my neck started. I started out like a little bit of an ache, went to a chiropractor, God forbid, and you know, 3 weeks later turned into me almost losing my head. So I thought, okay, let's catch it early. So I had mentioned to my mom on Friday night, I laid down and watched a movie, got up, just really had a really stiff shoulder. And I still said, you know, sometime this weekend, if this doesn't get any better, I want to go down to urgent care, I think, because God forbid if it's a tumor or, you know, something horrible, I want to catch it early. So we decided Friday night would actually be the best night to go, because Saturday everybody's in there with their children, and Sunday everybody's in there trying to get doctor's notes. So we headed down to ER on Friday, and this was the video from my emergency room visit. Hey everyone, I'm vlogging from urgent care on Friday night. I have some pain in my shoulder, and it hasn't gone away since Wednesday, so I decided to come down on Friday night when I thought they wouldn't be so busy and see if I can't get an x-ray and make sure that there's nothing wrong. Because last time I had a little bit of pain and I went in, it turned out I almost died. So this pain feels similar to what was in my neck. And hopefully I just slept on it wrong, but it happened on Wednesday, and I've had the same pain Thursday and Friday. So I am down at Southwest Medical. Just had an x-ray. I'm waiting for the doctor to come back. And yeah, it's a good little addition to my blog. So my mom's over there playing on her cell phone. Can you see yourself in there?
I probably choose not to.
So we're just hanging out. I hate this. I hate that my life is sitting in emergency rooms.
You freaked the doctor out?
Oh yeah, I freaked the doctor out. He was like, you can put you can put your dress back on, and I'll just give you pain meds. What kind of pain meds do you want? I bet. Oh my freaking Lord, huh, Mom? It was, huh?
It was.
He couldn't even speak.
No.
He was like up to
You put that thing up.
And I'll give you pain meds, whatever pain meds you want.
How many?
How many do you want? Yeah. So anyway, we're having fun trying to laugh about it, but if I have a tumor in my shoulder, I'm gonna shoot someone. So I'll let you guys know. So, anyways, the doctor was just uncomfortable being around me. I don't think he'd seen a breast cancer patient this young before. And in fact, he came into the room and said, I do see a light spot on your clavicle that could be causing the problem. However, I have never closely looked at a person with breast cancer with metastases to their bone. So I had to Google it to see what it looked like. Load of confidence there, Doc. So I don't know if there's anything there or not. So today, well, Sunday, when I woke up, the pain was gone. I mean, I have a little bit of stiffness, but it's nothing like it was. I can move my arm around, so maybe it was a sore muscle that just took its sweet time to heal, or maybe it was a lesion that flared up. We looked at the x-ray and ER, and there was a light color, like, you know, your bones are white on an x-ray, and there was like a translucent area. And it does look like a lesion. However, I have lesions over 3/4 of my body, from my hip all the way to my neck. I have these soft spots that are the beginning of tumors caused by my cancer. So it could be nothing, it could be everything. So I wasn't going to say much because the pain's kind of gone away and I feel like I'm making a big deal about nothing. But I had my 6-month appointment with my favorite doctor, Dr. Lee, today. Almost didn't make the appointment, but he took an x-ray of my hardware, which I'll put up on the blog, and seemed very excited that everything was healing nicely. And then asked me if I had been in the hospital lately, because for a while there, every time he'd come down to Valley to do surgery, I would be in an emergency with some kind of infection or something. So I said, you know, funny you ask. On Friday, I was in for urgent care. I had a little bit of pain in my shoulder. And he was like, oh, okay, well, let me look at it. And kind of moved my arm around. He touched like a spot up here that was kind of tender. And he goes, I don't want to mess with it. I don't care if the pain's gone away or not. I want to send you in for an MRI because God forbid if it's cancer in your shoulder, let's take care of it before it turns into your neck. So I have some insurance red tape to go through. I technically have to get a referral from the urgent care place or my primary doctor to have him as a specialist treat me, and I hate insurance companies. But I should have an MRI later this week, just kind of a precaution. Like I said, I'm not in any pain anymore and my shoulder seems to be working, but we're going to do an MRI and he's going to review it. And if God forbid I need surgery, he's going to do my surgery because he likes me. So anyways, other than that, I still have not got my Lupron shot. I talked to the nurse at Dr. Naimusa's office last week, and she said, we had you down to wait until your October 10th appointment because, do you know, if we have you come in, we're going to charge you a $50 copay for a 5-second injection. I said, okay, well, I don't mind coming in, and I mind paying the $50, but I want to do whatever my doctor wants me to do. Is he cool with me waiting till the 10th? And she's like, well, I don't have anything urgent on your record that you need this right now, so I would just wait and get your Iridia, your doctor's appointment, and your Lupron all in one shot on the 10th. So that's next Wednesday. Hopefully when I go in, he's not like, what the hell, you've had 5 weeks to get the Lupron shot, you haven't been in here. And they'll say, well, your nurses are retarded and everything didn't work out. But so I'll have more information next week. My appointment with Dr. Naimusa, my oncologist, is next Wednesday. Hopefully my tumor markers have either stayed the same or gone down. But more than that, I'll let you guys know how the Lupron shot goes. So check out my blog, hit the share button, and thanks for your patience, and I'll talk to you guys next week.